Hello, fellas, it's your good old pal StumpLanders here, and I thought it would be kind of fun to do a design ranking video on the original Skylander Spyros Adventure characters. And if you don't know, Spyros Adventure is the very first Skylander game I have ever played. You know, it holds a very special place in my heart. I remember when it first came out, but the very first Skylander I ever got was Stump Smash, obviously. He's my favorite character. I really like his design. Kind of a little bit of a spoiler of where I'm gonna put him, But yeah, I like Stump Smash enough to get a tattoo of him on my shoulder. I'll throw the picture up here. That is how devoted I am to Stump Smash. I am a Stump Smash fan through and through. Nothing will ever change in my mind, And like I said, he's also my very first Skylander. I hold a very special place in my heart. He holds a very special place in my heart, and I'm happy he got me into Skylanders, because I never really knew what Skylanders were until I just found him at Target one day. I'm like, this thing's so cool looking, But yeah, anywho, let's go hop into the kind of ranking. We're going to start off with the air element, then the earth, then fire, then life, then we're going to go on to magic, tech, and undead. So, let's just kind of hop into it. Alrighty, so the first guy we got is our boy. I always want to call him Zook. I know he's not Zook, he's Lightning Bolt, but I don't know, for some reason I always want to call him Zook. Maybe because of the god of, what was it, Zeus, And, he kind of looks like Zeus a little bit. Design-wise, I'm going to put him in a solid... I'm actually going to put him in a B tier. I like his design quite a bit. I remember when I first got Zook, I think he was like one of my first 10 Skylanders I've ever gotten. I always thought it was cool that the base of him actually is actually a part of his design in the game. I always thought that was a very interesting, amazing thing, and I also like the lightning attacks. I'm a bit of a sucker for lightning attacks, anything like kind of elemental-ish. I guess that's all Skylanders, but like lightning, fire, like water, air, anything like that. Just kind of tickles my fancy, if that makes sense. But yeah, I'll put him in a solid B. I like his design, he's just a cool-looking, godlike character. Next we got is Sonic Boom. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of, these winged, what do you want to call them? I wouldn't say Griffin, but yeah, I guess, Griffin-type characters, Not the biggest fans of them. And I'm sorry for Sonic Boom fans, but I'm going to have to put them down here. She's alright, the designs, to me, is a little basic. I mean, I kind of grew up with, fantasy-type stuff all around me, so it's it's another Griffin, But, I mean, not a bad design at all, I like the, kind of head armor she has. I like the armor on her wrist and on, her, kind of back legs, Very unique. Yeah, I think her moveset's also pretty interesting, too. I like how she can kind of shoot out her babies and help her attack. So the next Skylander is my boy, Warnado. One of my favorite Skylanders in the original Skylander Spyros Adventure. Warnado, I'm going to put him in B, right? I'm putting him in B because I think there's some cooler designs. I do like the concept of Warnado, a tornado turtle. It's amazing. It's like Gamera, I don't know if you guys have ever seen the Gamera films or anything like that. If you don't know, I'm a sucker for the old kind of kaiju films, and it being kind of based on Gamera is just really amazing to me, And also, like I said, I like the more wind-based attacks, No offense to Sonic Boom, I guess she has some wind attacks, but I don't think anything is as amazing as Warnado. But we're not really going based off attacks, we're going on design. So yeah, I think it looks very neat, I think it's definitely better than these two, no offense to anyone who likes those more than Warnado. Next Skylander we got is Whirlwind. Like I said before, I'm not the biggest fan of these kind of winged, Pegasus, Griffin type characters, so I'm gonna put this right below Sonic. Well, I actually don't know which one's design I like better. Do I like Sonic Boom's design better than Whirlwind? I'm gonna say yes, actually. I think Sonic Boom has a little bit more of a sleek design than Whirlwind. yeah, you know, I don't really have too much to say. I haven't really used Whirlwind too much, so, you know. But, I mean, design-wise, she's all right. All right, next we got our boy Bash. And I think I'm going to put Bash... I kind of want to... I'm going to put him right above Lightning Bolt, you know. I'm a big fan of dinosaurs, if you don't know. And just the... It just looks like a dinosaur, you know, it looks like an Ankylosaurus or some sort of an Ankylosaurid of some sort. So, you know, that's pretty neat. And I'm also a sucker for, like, ground attacks, you know. And his name's Bash. I mean, come on. When you get a character that's name is Bash, you know what they're going to do. They're going to start bashing stuff, you know. I remember when I first got Bash, I thought it was, like, one of the coolest looking Skylanders. You know, mainly because, like, it's so kind of compact on the base. I thought that just looked very neat. But yeah, I'll put it right above Lightning Bolt and right behind Warnado. My favorite Australian dinosaur, Dinorang. I'm going to put Dinorang. I don't know. I might do it, guys. I'm gonna put an A tier. I like Dinorang a lot. I think his design's very cool. And he's Australian, which makes him 10 times better. Oh, shout out to all you awesome Australian folks out there. But yeah, I mean, come on, he has freaking awesome boomerangs, and he's a dinosaur, and he has cool armor, and I like the color scheme. He's just awesome, right? He's amazing. I'll put him in A. Alright, our next fella here is going to be Prism Break. I remember when I first got Prism Break. I think he was like one of the later Skylanders I got. I got Prism Break, I think, when Giants was out. So I got the Series 1 Prism Break. And I thought he was amazing. You know, I really liked his design. He was, like, one of my favorite characters growing up. Now that I look at all of the other characters' designs, I don't know if he's as cool as some of these other ones, you know? I'm just kind of glancing down at them. No, I think he's pretty cool looking, you know, compared to some of these other ones. Prison Break. I'm gonna put him right above Bash. I do like his design a little bit more than Bash and these guys down here. Do I think he looks better than Warnado? You know, he might actually look better than Warnado in my opinion. Ooh, it's super hard. I'm gonna put him above Warnado. I think he is high B, because I am a little bit of a sucker for elemental type creatures. So yeah, you know, I think B, like high B, suits him pretty well. I'm pretty happy with how this is looking so far. All right, we got the Land Shark Terrafin. Now, I never really liked Terrafin that much. You know, I actually really like, believe it or not, I actually really like his Superchargers character more than the original, you know. And everyone says, like, the Superchargers attacks are kind of bad, which they are, but I just like the design of the Supercharger Terrafin a little bit better. I'm going to put him... I'm not putting him down that low. I don't think he's that bad. I'm gonna put him in... I'm gonna put him in low... No, I'm gonna put him in high C. High C. I don't think I like him enough to be in B, but I feel like C suits him pretty good, you know? I mean, you know, just a shark with arms, legs, you know? I do like the, kind of orangish, like, dots on the back of him, you know? Those are pretty interesting. It'd be kind of cool if those lit up. I don't know if they do, like, in, you know, in the lore or anything, but if they did, that'd be kind of neat. Next, we got our boy Eruptor. Dare I say it, one of the faces of Skylanders. They even had a freaking big ol' blimp of him at, I believe it was a Macy's Day Parade. So that's very interesting. Eruptor, I'm probably going to put him... Now, I don't know if I really like Eruptor's design that much. He's cool. He's cool. I like him. I have way too many Eruptor figures, you know. And I don't know why I have so many Eruptor figures. I just have a lot of Eruptors for some reason. I don't really care for him too much. I just somehow got my hands on a bunch of them. I'm gonna put him in C. Right. He's really iconic, but like design-wise, well, oh gosh, I don't know. I might put him in low B. So I'm like looking at all these guys and I'm like, yeah, no, I'm gonna put him in low B. low B. I like the way he looks a decent amount. I don't think he's as amazing as some of the other characters, like design-wise. But I'm putting him up in B just because he's a little bit more iconic and recognizable. And also, I don't know, cool lava monster, you know, he pukes up lava. That's pretty rad. Alright, we got our boy Flame Slinger. Now, you guys might be upset, but I'm going to put him down at C. I know, he's cool looking, he's awesome looking. I could agree with you, but he is, I mean, he's an elf that shoots fire arrows. You know, I guess he's, you know, has something over his eyes. So I guess that's pretty impressive. He's like freaking Daredevil. But just design-wise, doesn't really speak to me. You know, I always found the more humanish characters to be a little bit more boring. That's just my opinion. So yeah, you know, I'm just gonna put him just like kind of high C. I don't know. He's not bad. It's like, I don't hate any of the Skylanders designs, like, at all. I think all of them look amazing. You know, like, none of them deserve to go in D. That's for sure. Nothing goes in D, in my opinion. I think they all look fine. Next Skylander, Igniter. I'm putting him up in A. I'm going to put him right above Dino Rank. He is a, if he'll go at the top of A. Let me go move this guy back. There we go. Top of A, Igniter. I think Igniter looks so cool. He is a flaming knight with a cool fire sword. That is sick. You know, I think the design is very interesting. I also like his attacks quite a bit. You know, but I mean, like, who doesn't like Igniter? You know, he's just a cool guy. Alright, next is Sunburn. Now, everyone says Sunburn's, like, a really bad character. You know, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I guess. I mean, I never really thought Sunburn was that bad, but I guess everyone says Sunburn was really bad. So like, from my memory, I don't remember it being that bad. Sunburn, we're gonna put him... I'm gonna put him, like... Honest? I don't know. I keep on looking at these guys, and I'm like... Sunburn? Oh, Sunburn's kind of cool, though. I'm gonna be honest. I keep on looking at Sunburn. I keep on wanting to put him higher. You know, I'm gonna put him in A. I'm gonna put him right below Dino Rank, though. Because, like, I look at it, and like I know, it's a little bit of a hypocrite. I'm a bit of a hypocrite. I said I don't really like the Phoenix, or not Phoenix, excuse me, the, you know, kind of Griffin type Pegasus characters. But it's just like, come on! You know, it's a cool Firebird. It's a Phoenix, you know, and it's like, it just looks cool. You know, I remember I used to really like the figure, you know, I thought the figure was in a cool pose. But yeah, I don't know, I just like the design. I think it's pretty neat, now that I look at it. Alright, Life Element, one of my favorite elements. We got our boy, Camo. I really like Camo. You know, design, oh, I don't know where I'm gonna put him. I think I'm gonna put him right here. I think Camo has a pretty solid design. I love the tail. I love that the tail's like a leaf. That's amazing. You know, I also think it just has like a good color scheme too going, you know. Though I never really understood why it breathed fire. I guess that makes sense, but like, it'd be cool if it like breathed like poison or something. That would have been awesome. But you know, is what it is. Cool design. I definitely think it's above these guys. Let me just look. Yeah, I think Camo is definitely up there in design. Next, we got Stealth Elf. Now, don't hate me. Don't hate me for this. I just design-wise for Stealth Elf, but attack-wise, I would put her at S. I love her attack. She shreds things. She's really, really good. And she is one of my favorite Skylanders. But just, compared to some of these other guys, well, I feel like C is a little too mean. You know, because now that I look at some of these other guys, I do like her design a little bit more. 'Cause she's holding, like, the teeth of some sort of big, giant creature, you know? And she could also disappear, too. But I guess that's not really necessarily a part of her design. It's more of a part of her gameplay. God, the tooth thing is pretty cool. I'm going to put it in high C, right? I would put it up to B, but I don't know if I like her more than Eruptor's design, you know? Yeah, sorry, Stealth Elf fans. That's just how it is. Oh, boy. Now, I want to be biased. I do, but I'm not. Stump Smash is my favorite Skylander of all time. I love him. I love his attacks. I love his design. I love his voice. I love everything about him. But, I mean, like, his design's good, but I look at some of these other Skylanders, and they definitely look a little, you know, a little cooler. I guess, sorta. I'm still gonna put him in A. I do think he looks cooler than Dino Rank. I don't think he's going to be above Igniter, though. I do think Igniter's design's, like, a lot more tough looking. Though, Stump Smash, he's my number one. I love him, you know. Stump Smash, no hard feelings. But I feel like high A is where you belong, you know. Next is our boy Zook. I remember when I was younger, I didn't really like Zook that much. I did like the bazooka he had. I remember when I first got Zook, I thought he was going to do so much damage with this bazooka. I thought he was going to, like, tear apart Chaos in, like, 3 hits. But that didn't end up happening. I was very disappointed. We're probably going to put him... I'm going to put him, like, right here. You know, I think he fits here pretty good. I don't think he's better than these guys up here. He's cool, though. He is cool. You know, it's just... I don't know. I just don't like his design as much as the others. We got our boy Double Trouble over here. I love Double Troubles. He is very, very cool. I'm going to put Double Trouble. Oh, man, this is kind of hard. I kind of want to put him back here. I remember I really liked Double Trouble when I was younger. I mean, I guess most of them I liked when I was younger. That staff is pretty radical, though. And I do like his mask quite a bit. I might bring him up, honestly. I'm going to bring him up here. I do think his design's better than these guys. You know, I guess there's definitely a lot more going on with them. Yeah, you know? Yeah, I think I'm comfortable with him being there. But yeah, I like Double Trouble. I always thought he was a pretty good little character. I don't know if he's, like, amazing, but I haven't heard too many bad things about him, so I'm assuming he's probably pretty good. Next, we got Spyro. Spyro's just a dragon. Now, Spyro fans, I'm sorry, but I know a lot of Spyro fans don't care for the Spyro's Adventure design, and I don't blame them necessarily. Now, when I was younger, I never really heard of Spyro. I only knew Spyro from Skylanders, but I look at the Spyro design from, like, earlier games, and I'm like, okay, I could see why you guys got upset a little bit, you know? But, I mean, he's a dragon. Well, I might actually... I'm gonna put him up, like, right here. I do think he's better than Whirlwind. I'm so sorry, Whirlwind, that you're that low, but I do think Spyro looks a little bit nicer. I like the purple and the orange. I just think they're very nice colors. You know, they go together pretty well. Oh boy, we got Voodoo. Now this is my brother's favorite character, so I need to do him justice. I'm going to, and I actually like his design quite a bit. His weapon is sick too. I'm going to put Voodoo. Ooh, where do I want to put him? I'm going to put him in an A tier. Because you might be wondering, like, what? These rankings seem kind of weird. And I'm like, yes, they do seem a little weird, but this is, like I said, that's just my personal opinion on how much I like the designs. And also my brother likes it quite a bit, and it kind of has a little bit of nostalgia. Design-wise, he's pretty cool. I like how he has a dragon skull on his head, and he has a freaking cool axe, and it can, like, a chain that deattaches, and you can swing that. That's sick. That's awesome. I do like the colors, too. It also kind of reminds me of a rhinoceros a little bit. You know, it's such a shame he just kind of got forgotten about, because I think he's such a cool Skylander, you know. Well, if they ever make a Skylander 7, hopefully they bring him back. Alright. Next is our boy Wrecking Ball. I remember liking Wrecking Ball quite a bit when I was younger. I always liked the smaller, kind of goofier characters. Wrecking Ball, though, design-wise, I don't know if I like him that much. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to put Wrecking Ball there. If you like Wrecking Ball, you know, good on you. I don't care for him too much design-wise. Like I said before, I don't hate any of these Skylanders. I like all of them. They're all iconic in their own right, but design-wise, I just don't care for him. I do like how he can, like, go into a ball and he has a really long tongue. That's pretty cool, you know? Other than that, he's fine. He's fine. Next, we got our boy Boomer. Little freaking pyromaniac. Wait, no, it's not pyromaniac. A grenade troll. Very awesome little fella. Design-wise, I mean, he is kind of just a troll. That's the thing, though. Design-wise, he's like I said, he's kind of just a troll. Do I like him more? I'm gonna put him down here. I'm so sorry if I'm trashing your guys' favorite Skylanders. It's just, I don't know. I definitely like him better than Whirlwind. I mean, if this was gameplay, this would be completely different. But just design-wise, I'm just gonna put him down here. I don't think I like his design as much as some of the other ones. Next, we got our boy Drill Sergeant. I do like Drill Sergeant's design quite a bit. I'm going to put him right... I'm actually going to put him up here. B. I really like Drill Sergeant's design. He looks like a train. You know, trains are fairly cool. And he has cool freaking little rocket hand missile things. You know, that's pretty radical. Well, I mean, I guess not missiles, but like drills, rocket drills. They can shoot at people. I always got kind of confused on, like, what his face was. You know, I'm like, is that little thing up there his face? Or, I mean, I'm assuming those two things are his eyes and that's his mouth. Oh yeah, I guess he shoots out of that, doesn't he? So yeah. I don't know, I haven't played some of these guys in a bit. It's been a while. Alright, next is our boy. The one. The only. Drobot. Now, this guy is... I think it's, like, proven that he is the best Skylander in Spyro's Adventure. Attack-wise, he shreds things. Design-wise, I also think he's really cool looking. I'm going to put Drobot up behind Stump Smash. I don't like him more than Stump Smash design. Well, I don't know. He might be up there. I don't know. No. I'm not putting him above Stump Smash. You know, I like the way these two guys look more than him. And I definitely like the way he looks compared to all these other guys. He's so sick. He is a cyborg dragon that shoots lasers out of his eyes. He has freaking razor blades he sends flying out of his wings. It's crazy. And he also shoots freaking projectile, like lasers out of his wings also. So, you know, he's just crazy. He's awesome. Next we got is our boy Trigger Happy. I'm gonna put him in C somewhere. Maybe like middle C. He is like the face of Skylanders. I guess Spyro's Adventure would be Spyro, but I don't think he deserves to be that high. But Trigger Happy, on the other hand, I think we're gonna put him. I think we're gonna put him here. You know, I don't think Trigger Happy's design is better than some of... Well, he's better than Zook, that's for sure. Well, actually... There we go. I like this. Zook's going behind... Well, you could do... Yeah, no, we could do this. Zook's behind Trigger Happy. And Sonic Boom is above Trigger Happy. I like this a little bit better looking, you know? Or do I? No, I think it's fine. I think it's fine. We're gonna leave it here. We're gonna leave it here. You know, I mean, Trigger Happy's cool. He has two little guns, you know. Shoots coins out of them. I do like that quite a bit. He's a little money goblin, pretty much. But yeah, other than that, he's alright. We got our boy, Chop Chop. I like Chop Chop quite a bit. I think I'm going to put Chop Chop... Design-wise, I'm going to put him, like, right above Bash. Is this where I want him to be? Yeah, I'm going to put him right here. I think he looks pretty cool. You know, I mean, he's like an arcane knight, pretty much, you know? I like to think of him as, like, a arcane warrior, you know? Then he, met his fate inside the suit of armor. Then his, like, soul kind of bonded with it, so now he's like a skeleton armor guy, you know? So I think that's kind of neat. Next is Cinder. She is a dragon. I do like her a little bit more than Spyro. So, well, I don't. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put Boomer right above Spyro, actually. Yeah, no, I like this. This looks a little better. Cinder's cool, you know. She's, I mean, a purple dragon, kind of like Spyro. I do like the lightning abilities more. Kind of reminds me of, like, the Force lightning. Or the Sith, you know, spooky lightning. So, yeah, she's cool. Alright, next we got is my boy, Ghost Roaster. I think his design's pretty tough. I'm gonna put him up here. I think it's awesome. He's a cool skeleton Grim Reaper looking dude with a chain ball as a tail. That's awesome. Like, attack-wise, I don't really care that much. You know? I mean, it's cool, but I think his design, to me, is a little bit better than his moveset. Well, I mean, I don't know. Now I think about it, his moveset's still pretty cool. But yeah, you know, design-wise, he's scary. You know, I remember when I was little, I thought he looked kind of spooky looking. But yeah, oh, look at those fingers, too. Those pointed, tipped fingers. Man, he's just... And his color design's kind of radical, too. We got Hex. And Hex is going at the very back. I don't care about Hex. Now, I'm sorry if you like Hex. Although I think Hex was like the very first Skylander I got to level 20 and maxed out all of her abilities. And that's because I didn't want to play as Hex. I wanted to get her done so I could work on all the other Skylanders that I actually wanted to do. So Hex was like, eh. You know, I mean, she's cool, but I don't like her design compared to a lot of these other guys. So we got our boy Gilgrunt. I'm actually going to put Gilgrunt up. I'm gonna put him like right here. I think Gilgrunt deserves a spot right here. I really like his design quite a bit. He's like a fish man. Kind of reminds me of Creature from the Black Lagoon a little bit. And he has a cool harpoon gun. You know, I've always been a sucker for kind of like fish-like characters also. Always preferred their designs, you know. So yeah, you know, I think a nice kind of high B suits him pretty well. Alright, next we got our boy Slam Bam. I'm going to put Slam Bam up here. Right above Sunburn, but right below Camo. I think he fits here. I think he was my second Skylander I've ever gotten. It was Slam Bam. It was the pack with it was Slam Bam. It came with the like the level that he comes with, and I think it came with something else. But I can't remember. It's been a while. But yeah, you know, I thought he was so cool looking. I loved kind of Bigfoot when I was younger. I always thought that was scary. So when I saw a 4-armed Yeti, I'm like, oh yeah, that guy's sick. So yeah, you know, I'll put him up in low A. Alright, next is Whamshell. I do like Whamshell quite a bit. I'm actually going to put Whamshell in A also. You know, low A though. I don't know if I like Prison Break's design more than Whamshell. I do like Whamshell's design a little bit more. But he's like cool. He's like a freaking crab lobster with a big scary mouth and a giant freaking smashy, whatever you want, mace, I guess. So yeah, that guy's cool looking. Also, I like his color scheme, as do I like about most of these characters. Next is our boy Zap. I do like Zap quite a bit, but I'm not a big fan of like the stuff that he's wearing. I don't like how he's kind of like wearing clothes, you know. Just looks a bit. I mean, it looks cool, but it's like, you know. I'm going to put him... I'm gonna put him right here. I think Zap should go here. I think he looks pretty good there. I don't know if I like him more than Double Trouble. But I do like him more than Lightning Bolt. So yeah, you know. Well, I think this is our final list. I'm gonna go look though, see if there's anything maybe I want to change. God, I kind of feel bad having so many down at C. You know, honestly, I might bring Stealth Elf up to B. And now that I kind of, I don't know, I was talking about how I didn't really care for Flameslinger that much, but now that I look at him, I kind of like him a little bit more than Terrafin. I'm gonna put Flameslinger at B. I'm going to put Terrafin up here, and I'm going to leave these guys down here. And yeah, I'm going to... Is there anyone I want to put at S, though? I don't think there's any... if I were to put any at S, it would be these two. But I don't think anyone's designs, or any of these designs, are necessarily like S tier. They're all really, really good and very iconic, but I don't... Well, I mean, Igniter... I really like Stump Smash, but I think Igniter's design's S tier. I think it's sick. Sick looking. You know, this is it. This is it. Igniter's going to be S tier, because he's amazing looking. Stump Smash A, I'm so sorry, Stump Smash. You were my goat. You were my baby. I love the way you look, but I just can't. I don't think I put you S. I don't think your design's necessarily S tier. Robot, you know, I think that's good. Fright Rider. Is that... Wait, no, it's not Fright Rider. It's Ghost Roaster. Yeah, that's fine there. All these other guys look pretty good. Alright, I think I'm happy with how this looks. This looks better to me. I like this. So this is my ranking on the Spyro's Adventure lineup of characters. And I just want to say, I'm sorry if your favorite character got a little bit lower on the list. I think all of these characters are amazing. None of them have a bad design. That's why I didn't put any of them in D, you know? None of these characters have a bad design, you know? I mean, if I really wanted to, I could move all these up to B, you know? These guys down here. I mean, I kind of think they should stay at C. But, like, if someone said you have to move them up to B, I'm like, okay, fine. That's fine with me, you know? Because I don't hate these guys. I don't hate the designs of these guys, you know? I think they're pretty good. But yeah, anywho, thank you guys so much for watching another video of StumpLanders, you know. Make sure to drop the hammer on the like button and subscribe button, you know, greatly appreciate it. We'll do more videos like this in the future. My brain is a little scatterbrained in this video. It's towards the end of the day, and I'm kind of pooped out. So, you know, my brain needs a bit of a rest. But anywho, have a fantastic day, guys, and I'll see you guys in the very next video. Bye-bye.